All right, boys, we're doing a real special one today. A Silent Hill tier list. It's been a long time coming.
Golly gee, I love the Silent Hill games. I'm so excited for this one.
I guess even a broken clock is right twice a day because for once, Sleepy Joe is spot on. The Silent Hill games are masterpieces. I've always felt they were far superior to the Resident Evil series, and I'm looking forward to all the new content we're going to be getting for the series with the Silent Hill 2 remake, Silent Hill F, and Silent Hill Townfall.
Agreed, so let's get this one started by going back to the beginning with the first entry in the series, 1999's Silent Hill. Now, I think we can all agree that this isn't the best in the series. It was on the original PlayStation, which limited it somewhat compared to the PS2 entries, but if it had nothing to offer, it would have never spawned a franchise. And areas like the school and amusement park are genuinely terrifying.
The school was so scary.
Of course, you two toddlers were scared by those babies chasing you around with butter knives.
Trump, you can't genuinely be telling us that you didn't feel the tension as you had to walk through the classrooms in complete darkness, as the gray children howled and the dual shock heartbeat reverberated through your hands? I mean, they were considered so horrifying that they are exclusive to the North American version being removed from the European and Japanese ones.
I wasn't scared because I walked right into every classroom with my flashlight still on and blew them away with the shotgun.
That's complete fucking horseshit, you lying sad sack of excrement. You wouldn't have had enough ammo to kill all the gray children. I should beat your orange ass within an inch of your life for cap that hard.
That was a little weird, Joe. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just getting tired of all of Trump's lies.
Me too, but chill out, dude. It's just a tier list. Either way, unless you were using a bullet multiplier, that's total cap, Donald.
I've never used a bullet multiplier, not even during my 10-star run.
Impossible.
Skill issue.
Whatever, we have more games to rank, so let's just say the original is A tier for its service to the series and move on.
Should be S tier, but okay.
S tier, Sleepy Joe. C tier at most for clunky control tier.
Skill issue.
Nice one, Joe. We'll go with A tier. Now here we have the undisputed gem of the series, Silent Hill 2. It's a huge step up both story-wise and graphically from its predecessor. James Sunderland's journey to find his wife, on which he comes to terms with his guilt and finds the ability to move on with his life emotionally connected with me more than almost any other piece of media. And the choice to have the player have to give up all their weapons and healing late in the game was a fascinating change and something that separates it from, and puts it above, in my opinion, the action-focused survival horror games like Resident Evil. I think this is an easy S tier, so I'll just put it there, and we'll move on.
Really? S tier, Barack?
Here we go.
You have something to say, Sleepy Joe? Do you want to defend that cum-stained James Sunderland and wear the hot bitches? You have that sexy nurse in the original, and you get to play as a hot bitch in the third one, able to stare at that sweet ass the whole time.
You're a bad guy, Donald.
Konami is worse for giving us characters like Fugly Angela, Fat Ass Eddie, and Weird Teeth Maria.
Maria's hot, Donald.
Maybe to someone whose wife looks like a man she is?
Michael is not. Michelle is not a man.
What about Laura?
The fuck?
Joe, Laura is 8 years old.
Yeah, but she's cute. I love the part where you're chasing after her. It reminds me of many fun times I've had with children throughout the years.
Can we get him impeached over this?
Probably, but we have to finish this tier list first. I say S tier. Joe?
I'll do S tier.
C tier.
I'm going to ignore you, Donald, and put it in S tier.
You suck, Barack. You never listen to me.
Because you're an asshole, Trump. You started this video by calling the series a masterpiece, and you've given every game we've mentioned so far a C tier. Do you even like this series?
I like the good games, and we're up to one now with Silent Hill 3. Let me do this one, Barack.
All right, if you're gonna cook, cook.
Thanks, buddy. I know it doesn't always seem like it, but I love you guys.
Love you, Donald.
Love you, Donald.
It's so nice to have friends. Anyway, Silent Hill 3 is by far the best game in the series. First of all, you're finally playing as a chick, and a hot one at that.
Just a quick reminder that Heather is a teenager, Donald.
No, she's the reincarnation of Cheryl, who is the reincarnation of Alessa, so she's more accurately a 30-something-year-old in the body of a teenager, which is a green light as far as I'm concerned.
As long as you're willing to explain it to the judge.
Yeah, just like you woke Democrats to arrest a man for busting a few fat nuts to a video game character.
Barack, just let him cook.
Thanks, Sleepy Joe. So as I was saying, it's the best game in the series. The mall into the construction area is the first time that the series had a long opening sequence similar to the Resident Evil series. It makes the game far more challenging, especially when you consider the difficulty options in the game. The extreme difficulties, going all the way up to extreme 10, is the first time that Silent Hill managed to be even a small challenge to an expert gamer like me, and the hard puzzles are perfect for someone with such a great brain.
Cap.
No cap?
So much cap. You expect me to believe that you solved that Shakespeare puzzle without having to look it up. You know nothing about Shakespeare.
Unlike you, Sleepy Joe, I went to some of this country's finest prep schools, and they made me a master in the works of the bard.
That's a joke, right?
No, it's totally true. I even make time to go to the Globe every year to see a production or two.
No, that's 100% cap.
It isn't. I have tickets to see the Comedy of Errors in June.
Obama, can you look that up to see if that's real?
Yeah, give me a second. Fuck, they're doing the Comedy of Errors in June.
I told you guys.
Wow.
Yeah, that's some deep character development for Trump right there. So, should we get back to the game?
It's fun. I wouldn't call it the best, probably B tier. It's too hard for me. That final boss on hard difficulty is brutal. If you're playing on PS2 or Xbox and can't take advantage of the glitch that allows you to avoid getting hit by her, it takes forever.
Skill issue.
That's true, Joe. And the instant death in the haunted house is bullshit. I hate when people complain about tank controls, but it's also fucked when game designers don't take into account that tank controls make super quick movements hard, so they should have made that section a bit easier.
Skill issue.
Don't forget that they kill Harry.
Oh shit, right. I hate it when someone survives a horror movie or game just to be killed in a sequel. Yeah, I think B tier is good.
Fuck you.
I don't care. Moving on to Silent Hill 4, The Room. Now I know everyone has different opinions on this one, but I'm going to start off by defending it. The developers could have just done the same thing, sending someone into Silent Hill to face the same monsters and kill a god, but instead they did something completely different, having the first-person sections to space out the self-contained levels.
Of course, you'd like this piece of crap, Barack. Silent Hill 4 is F tier. There are so many dumb fucking things about it.
Name 5.
Easy. 1, the first-person sections are boring and confusing.
Skill issue.
2, all the side characters are forgettable as fuck. Like that weird Latina and the meth head who wanted chocolate milk. They were supposed to replace Claudia and Douglas Cortland. 3, you're expected to use clumsy melee weapons instead of guns like the other games.
Skill issue.
4, those dumb fucking hauntings you have to deal with that can hurt you in the fucking hub world. Sounds like a perfect way to get soft-locked.
Getting soft-locked is pretty common in survival horror.
Still complete shit. 5, there is a fucking ghost chasing you around with a gun.
The nurses have guns in 3.
Yes, but you can kill them. Fucking Walter Sullivan chases you like Joe chases children, and you can't kill him. And there are so many other things wrong with it, too. There's only one boss fight, and it's stressful as fuck, because if you take too long, it gives you a shit ending.
Skill issue.
But the worst thing is the limited inventory. Silent Hill always had one thing that no one could argue was better in Resident Evil, and it was inventory being unlimited. Why would they take that away? In a game where they seemed so set on making a wild variation on the survival horror genre, why did they add a rip-off RE item box?
You've been very quiet, Joe. What do you think?
I agree, to be honest. I found Silent Hill 4 to be very boring and frustrating. I like the part where you can peep on your neighbor woman, though. I just wish she was a little younger.
I was going to give this game an A, but it seems I'm outvoted. Trump?
F tier.
Joe?
Yeah, F tier.
Well, I say A, so let's go D tier.
Of course, you listen to your opinion when you're the odd one out, but ignore mine when I am.
Moving on, I'd say let's stop with Origins. I've never played Homecoming, Shattered Memories, or Downpour because they're really expensive and not worth it from what I hear.
Poor, also just torrent them.
Is it even worth it?
No, they suck. F tier the lot of them.
I've seen some gameplay of Shattered Memories. It looks interesting, but there's no combat. It's like that garbage. Outlast.
Really? That's so stupid.
Yeah, I hate it when survival horror games don't let you fight.
And there's always some dumb argument like your character isn't a trained fighter or something. Like in a real survival horror situation, would anyone see a metal pipe or a piece of wood and just ignore it and let someone kill them without fighting back at all?
No, of course not. Even limp dick, frail old Joe would be cracking skulls with the nearest thing he could find.
Not having combat in a survival horror game is just an excuse for lazy devs to get their crap shat out faster.
I think Trump is rubbing off on you, Joe. So let's rank Origins. Personally, I thought it was the worst of the first 5. It took out tank controls but kept the camera, which is always a terrible design like it was in Fatal Frame 2. Also, it had a story about as simple as the first game, a huge backstep from the stories in 2, 3, and 4.
Worst take of the day, Barack.
I agree. I like Origins. Since I missed buying the original game when it was on the PSP store, it's my only chance to play Silent Hill on the go. I spent hours playing Origins when we were having cabinet meetings.
I don't disagree that it was amazing to finally play Silent Hill portably, but it just didn't live up to the quality of the other games.
3 words, Barack. Punching ghosts in the fucking face.
That's way more than 3 words, Donald, and they aren't ghosts. They're monsters created by a combination of Alessa's damaged psyche and the power of the town.
I don't care. You can finally punch a ghost, and that's automatic A tier.
I like the theater level. It reminds me of when I used to go to the theater with my friend Abe. Unfortunately, Abe was at the theater one night without me, and he got killed by some twink actor.
You're old AF, Biden, but you've got better taste than Barack.
Fine, you say A tier. Joe?
Yeah, A tier works.
I'd say C, so let's go with B+.
No, don't put plus tiers. I say S tier. Now put it in A.
Fine, A tier. So here's the list. Not my exact thoughts, but I think we treated all the games but 4 pretty fairly.
You two are a little too lenient on the stinkers, but it ain't bad.
Who wants to come over and play some Silent Hill? I have 3 TVs in my basement, so we can all play our favorite at the same time.
Sounds great, Joe.
Yeah, I'll be right over after I finish watching a few more Silent Hill 2 remake trailer analysis videos.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you.
Love you.